In the late 2000s, it seemed like you could not go a minute without hearing about Jordin Sparks. And with an electric name like that, how could you not? Jordin Sparks would gain fame through a little show called American Idol. You may have heard of it, where she would compete in and go on to win the 6th season in 2007. At the time, winning American Idol was basically a golden ticket into mainstream success. It was that big of a show. And after winning the show, Jordin Sparks would properly begin her music career. The first 2 singles off of her self-titled debut album, Tattoo and No Air featuring Chris Brown, did very well, peaking at number 8 and 3 respectively, with a 3rd single peaking at 17. However, if you're around my age, aka completely f***ed, then chances are you remember Jordin Sparks from a show other than American Idol. In the years following her debut, Jordin Sparks would begin her acting career, and she would start by doing cameos on various kids shows from the time. The 2 most prominent being the Sweet Life on Deck on Disney Channel and Big Time Rush on Nickelodeon, the latter of which she would actually put out a song with, which, by the way, is a banger. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the 5. Baby, I'm counting on you. Bars. But it's her episode of Sweet Life that we should look to next, as that episode begins with a performance of her song Battlefield, which would go on to be her next big hit, peaking at number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100. Mr. Mosby had hoes, dude. Shout out to Mr. Mosby. As her 3rd most popular song, I think it's my personal favorite out of her early singles. It is an emotional love ballad that builds up to these powerful, grandiose choruses. Why does love always feel like a battlefield? A battlefield. Battlefield. So you better go and get your armor. Since then, though, Jordin Sparks has had one other song that charted in the US in 2011, but has not charted since. She has been releasing music, dropping 3 albums and a mixtape over the last 10 years, but none of them have seen much success. It's kind of unclear why exactly she fell into obscurity, but regardless of the reason, I do think it's a shame, because a lot of her newer stuff is actually pretty good. She had an era where she was trying to make party bops for a while, such as SOS or Double Tap with 2 Chainz, and while those songs were fun and all, they just didn't really feel like her. The 2010s were not her vibe for sure. But a few years ago, she came back with a new single, Call My Name, as well as a whole new album, and it was honestly a great return to form. Her most successful songs are love ballads, and this feels like a natural evolution to that with a modern twist. R&B has changed quite a lot in the past 15 years, and while she had a bit of a rough transition, I think that Jordin Sparks has the potential for a big comeback. Especially with late 2000s, early 2010s nostalgia being really big right now, I think she could probably pull out the nostalgia card and get at least a radio hit out of it. You might even say that she can spark a new era of her career. Whoa, crazy.